Megan West clomped gracelessly out of the lodge of the Loch Inn nestled between the glistening loch and the mountains beyond it. Monrose, the mountains were called here. Or some of them, at least. There had been 15 minutes of her life she wasn't getting back. Listening to that woman on the tour bus yesterday go on and on about Monrose, Donalds, and Corbetts, how hills were categorized here, based on their height. "I'm here for the romantic castle ruins, and with some vague hope to meet a rugged Highland sheep farmer who might fancy himself a nice American wife," Megan had said drolly to the self-professed peak beggar. "I only purchased a one-way ticket." Though the woman had been from the States as well, she hadn't picked up on Megan's intentional sarcasm, which Megan had hoped would convey her disinterest in the subject matter, but which the woman chose to ignore because she knew everything and liked to hear herself talk. Outside the whitewashed inn, an erstwhile hunting lodge originally built almost 2 centuries ago, Megan helped herself to one of the rainbow of bicycles lined up as neat as bikes could be in a metal rack, which were free for guests' use. She chose the beachy blue bike over the pale lavender, mint green, and salmon-colored ones, and then wrestled to extract it. The bikes quartered so closely that the handlebars were tangled with others on either side of it. With an impatient twisting of her lips, she finally yanked it free and hopped on, riding away from the quaintly situated hotel lodge, recalling the 60-ish woman at the desk, Janet McLaurin, cautioning her, "Be mindful now of the uneven roadsides, and watch, will ye, for the buses that run along the causeway." She had a bike of her own at home, almost exactly the same as this one. Hers was, she recalled specifically, ocean turquoise, and had been billed as a single-gear beach cruiser bike. That had intrigued her. Aside from the pretty color, she'd decided that the cruiser sounded decidedly laid back, and that was the bike for her. She didn't intend to bag anything on her bike, only wanted a cost-efficient, low-maintenance means of transportation around her hometown of Des Plaines, Illinois, just north of Chicago, home of the very first McDonald's restaurant. Mostly, the bike was utilitarian. She had no car and used it to get to and from work for 9 months out of the year, though she did enjoy more scenic rides on her days off, most often along the Des Plaines River Trail, which went sometimes through a forest of oaks and hickory, with the meandering namesake river alongside for company. Megan had barely pedaled out of the parking lot, and she was huffing and puffing already, though she could partly blame this on pure frustration. Her first trip overseas was so far just one disappointment and annoyance after another, and it was only day 3. Day 1 had begun with her luggage going to the airport in Dublin, not even in the same country. She'd been advised with great kindness but little sympathy that she'd be lucky to see any of it during her 2-week stay.